Saw me, stupid dog, and this is a conversation I overheard the man. The man was out in the big giant corridor. He used to service all the merchants and all the delivery boys. They would bring all their, their whatever. It was sometimes live animals. They would bring ring-neck pheasants. Sometimes they would bring little tiny deer, like they called it, what they say? There was it was venison, but it was like I forget the tenderloin venison. I forget they called the venison. It was like so tender. It was delicious. It was the young little fawn. They walked it in there. The fawn's like, I'm so happy to be here. He'd be walking down the corridor. He's like, I can't believe it. They took him in the back and they butchered him. They killed his ass. It's like, you're going to kill Bambi that way? It's so horrifying. What are you going to do that way for? You know what I'm saying? But that's how they did in the old days. They brought in the ring-neck pheasants. They brought in the goose. They brought in the ducks, the chickens, the venison, little Bambis. I forget what they call that. It was like, what do you even call it? It was like the whole deer was like tenderloin. But I thought when they butcher the lambs and they make the little lamb things, I forget what they call it. I don't know. But it was like you were killing a young animal. But back in the old days, that's how they did it. That's how you got fresh food on the table. You brought it in the house alive, you butchered it, you served it up hot and fresh right there on the table. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just a stupid dog. And this was the man. The man was discussing something that he had to go through. And it was like, it was like he didn't think it was that big of a deal, but he was sitting there in the corridor. He was talking about to one of his friends, nothing about in the old days, but it's like he's sitting there at that Dutch Renaissance little round table. That table today is probably worth $125,000. It was like 400 years old when the man got a hold of it. You know what I'm saying? His great-great-grandfather bought it when it was like 200 years old. I don't know what's going on, but and they had this old phone there sitting on it. They would never replace the phone. They had one of them phones like at the Gotsey store in Walton's Mountain. You hold the thing up to your ear. Or even sometimes Andy Taylor used it on, what I was saying. It was Big Valley, wherever Andy was. Andy was on Goodfellas or Good Times. I forget. Andy was on Mayberry. Anyways, they hold the one piece up to the ear and they speak in the other piece, like Ralph Cramden did it sometimes. Anyways, it doesn't matter. He was sitting there talking on that kind of a phone, and I hear the Lord, October 2024, and he's saying like this. He was going like this right here. He's going, it's too much mustard. You can't, I know you have for the Alzheimer's and the brain health, you got to eat the sardines. I like the mustard sardines. I think they're packing too much scuzzy mustard sauce in there. They're trying to take up some space. They're trying to make the volume. I mean, there's too much mustard over here. You can't make sardines with that much mustard. Mustard sardines are a hint or a flavoring of mustard. Mustard can't be 25% of the can. The man was like, I don't know if he was bitching at one of his, suppliers. He's like, I gotta have some sardines because sardines ward off the Alzheimer's, the omega-3. I was like, oh my God, I cannot believe the man even knows about this. The man was like, the omega-3, you know what I'm saying? But you got too much mustard in there. I don't even know how much omega-3 I'm getting. You're packing too much mustard. Hey, buddy, cut back on the mustard. You got too much mustard in your sardines. We open up the can. I'm like, holy shit, I'm trying to put in a cracker. I'm overwhelmed by the flavor of mustard. I got sardines, not mustard. Mustard and preservatives and all that other shit, they're not helping you. I need sardines. I need a little bit of flavoring. I need a little cut back on the mustard. You know what I'm saying? Do a special order for me. I mean, I was like to the guy, he's like over the phone, sitting there in the big corridor in the manor house, sitting there at the Dutch Renaissance table, like 500-year-old table with one of them Andy Griffin phones. He was saying, hey, buddy, do a special order. I'll buy 5 cases. I can't have that much mustard in my sardines. I cannot deal with that much fucking mustard, okay? Buddy, no, you're not hearing me. Excuse me. Shut up. You're not hearing me. I can't deal with that much mustard. I can't have that much mustard. I can't. That much mustard overwhelms the sardine. I don't even like sardines that much. I want a hint of mustard to help flavor the sardine. I don't want to eat mustard flavored with sardine. You see what I'm saying? I don't want to have so much mustard. You got to cut back on the mustard. I'll do a deal with you. I'll buy 5 cases. I'll buy like $600 worth of sardines, but you got to cut way back on the mustard. Maybe it's like a 2 or 3%, 4%. It can't be 25% mustard sauce on the sardines that way. No. The man went on. It went on and on. But this was just a little vignette. In other words, this was just a little vignette.